Each have their own, the interpretation of the goal. So, and that's why I say you need to have your direct, how your people feel and how they work, the trust that we have in here and how they work.
Getting a little bit back to Miemie, when you read the book, you will read Miemie into the book. So, but you are Miemie. So share with us which character has the most of you.
You put me on the spot here now. I think the character that's the most like me is the James, the CEO character. He's very good at diagnosing. He doesn't do more than that. Well, I guess he does, but he struggles with what follows after that. So I like sitting in my corner, doing see how things fit together. That's the thing that I really like. I find it difficult to do the rest, the implementation of things. So I can tell you what to do. I cannot easily do it for you. Sorry.
And maybe while you're writing the book, because you work on the book and the book works on you.
Yes.
What story in the book, what character in the book changed the way Miemie looks at the world?
I think what I found interesting after working with the book is we have the strategy work, and between the strategy and the execution something happens and the organization drifts, and all the signs that show you drift are people signs. They come from the people. So you need to read your people to know where your organization is going. We tend to feed on data, we tend to think about our strategy and how it's going to work, and a lot of times we do not read our people the way we read our data. And I think that's actually quite an important thing. Do I sound like a psychologist? Sorry.
You know somebody. So what does Miemie know now that you would have loved to know 30 years ago?
Oh my goodness. You need to exercise, you need to read good books, you need to eat properly. I think you need to work very carefully with the people that you have around you. You must watch the things that they tell you through behavior, through things that they say. Don't just assume. I'm a big believer of if somebody is struggling in your environment, don't blame the person. Look at the environment and see what is going on there, because that is probably where the problem lies. So if you have somebody struggling with his work, do you have the processes, the systems that can allow them to do what they need to do? We just blame quickly. You know, we like to blame people. So, yeah, I think that's it. Listen to the people around you.
But you've been listening to people for most of your life.
I have.
So how did that listen change during the writing of the book, causing the writing of the book?
Sure, that becomes quite personal now. You know, Johan, when I started my practice as a psychologist, the other day I said I want to pay all the first few clients' money back, because I didn't know what I was doing. Fortunately or unfortunately, I can't find them anymore, but yes. So that might be something I would like to do. You tend to listen, not, what I learned is don't listen to the symptom, the problem that they bring to you. Look at what lies underneath. And Joseph has a very nice word, root cause. That's the one. He taught me that. Look at what is at the root of that thing. But that means you don't listen here, you listen there. It's a deep kind of listening, which is not always easy.
Especially not for boys.
You said that.
I'm reading this book. Many of you, all of you, are reading the book in the next week. But 6 months from now, what is that one thought that you would really like us to remember? Because we won't remember the whole book.
I hope you will. The thing about this book, it's not a program, it's not a process, it's not something that you can apply, that you have to do. It is just the awareness. So if you're in 6 months, look at your organization or your team or whatever, and you have that awareness of there's much more than what I see. And I need to look at the pattern of that. I mean, one single thing is not a huge problem, necessarily. But look at the patterns that you see. And it's that thing of once you see them, you can't unsee them. Once you see the Suzukis, they're there everywhere. You just need to focus on that. And I would really like to have people, I can always say, train themselves that kind of awareness, because that will help you a lot, not only in your business, in your personal life, everywhere. It will help you.
And I think that's what the book opens for us. Is it makes us a little bit aware of very specific things that can happen and does happen, and many of us have seen in places. And once we start seeing some of it, hopefully we can see more of it.
Yeah, not just brush past it.
Not just brush past it.
Yes.
Okay, I have one more question, and then I'm going to ask if you have a question to put Miemie on the spot. And my question is really, it's really a cool book. I really loved it. It's and how would you like me to change what I do on Monday?
Sure. I would not like you to be anxious about what's going on, or, do a crazy thing. I would like you to sit and just look at your, let's talk about your business. I assume you're talking about your business. Just sit and look at what is going on, and try to see how you can, no, you don't even have to try to see how you're going to manage this. That just see what you need to do. There's a need here. The how I'm going to manage it can come later. Just see that this is what's going on.
Just by the way, those of you that think it's a business book, it applies exactly like that in families. Sometimes we must just see, because there's a pattern. And the pattern is in the business environment, the pattern is in the family environment, the pattern is in relationships. There's signs everywhere which we miss. And that's the essence that Miemie is breaking open for us in the book. Nudging us to see the stuff that we've just missed. And once you start seeing it, you can't unsee it. And that's why I really think it's a It's such an amazing opportunity because the book's good, no doubt about that. But the opportunity it gives us to see our world differently is magic. Who's got a question? Anybody with a question? Otherwise, I'm just going to ask Paul. You know, I'm going to ask you, and Winnie, I'm going to ask you, unless anybody else has a question.
First statement.
Yes.
Tell me my understanding of the book. I had the privilege of having Miemie as a guest at my podcast yesterday, and what I got from it is that she identified 3 pillars of success in any business. And whether you pay critical is, number one, is that you have to actually make sure you pay attention to those pillars, because that determines the success of the business. But there's a system to this. The alignment of the 3, one to each other. If they are misaligned, you're going to have an imbalance in your business. So really, the 3 pillars, if they are aligned, you can have success in your business, and you can have harmony and unity in your business. That's what I got from it.
Thank you, Toby.
I think it's beautiful. Thanks, Toby. And maybe I want to just add on to that and saying the signs in our relationships, the signs in our families, the signs in the business, they exist. Whether you believe it or not, whether you like it or not, it's like gravity. You like it, great. You don't like it, well, it's still there. The signs are there. And this is the opportunity, this is the nudge to see it. And as you say, once you see it, you cannot unsee it, but dealing with it is a totally different chapter.
I think just seeing it empowers you a lot, because at least you know what you're dealing with, and then you can manage it.
You've been thinking a lot about this.
I have.
And there's a chirpy bird on the wall that says something else is coming up.
Yes. You want to say that.
I'm super excited for you, but it's your privilege too.
Oh, is it my privilege? Okay. I am going to do a PhD on this whole thing. And I'm really excited about that, because I already have a questionnaire that can judge how your 3 legs are standing in relation to each other. But I think it needs to be a professional thing, a tested thing, so that once you use it, and once I use it or we use it, it will be a really good instrument to say where you are. So yes, I already did quite a lot of work on that. I haven't registered yet, but I've done a lot of work on it. So I'm going to do it at Potch University, and I will hopefully soon go and register.
So hint, grab a book while you still have the opportunity of getting a book without it saying Dr. Miemie.
That's going to take some time, you know.
This may be the last book that you can get that doesn't say Dr. Miemie. The next one.
No, there's another one on the way already. Sorry.
Want to create the excitement, they've got to buy this book first.
Sorry, Johan. I didn't play into that. I'm so sorry. Didn't get that one.
A question.
Thank you.
So, who in the organization do you believe that responsibility lies with? Each individual to notice the trends / patterns, like you say, is it each individual with management, is it HR, everyone hates? Where does it go?
I think, personally, I think CEO executives, they are the people that should notice these things. The thing about that is, if you have trust in an organization, which means that people are allowed to raise difficult situations. That will also help. And I think to have the openness, the psychological safety to go and talk to somebody and make them aware of that, which is difficult because it's not always like that. That's part of the problem, is there might be a trust thing. But I think in general, I believe that you start with the top people. They are the people that needs to see what's going on, because if you do a change, it must cascade down from the top down to the bottom. Does that answer your question? Thank you.
No, I think it's a brilliant question, and because the other part to that is very often organizations don't have the language to deal with this.
Yes.
And when I see it somewhere at middle management level, I don't have the language and not necessarily the opportunity, and perhaps not even the safety to voice it.
And I think if you have a proved, I say proved within, if you have a proved pattern that you can take to somebody, it makes it easier.
And it gives language to the space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There was
Miemie, I think for me, there's a generation out there, especially the Gen Zs, that don't want to leave. If you think the book is focused on that, what can the youth take away from that in terms of the next generation of leaders that we are helping? Because if you look at the age around the room, it's fairly mature.
Yeah.
What's the lesson that younger? I won't consult you. But what's the lesson that the youth can take away from a book like this? Also seeing and visibility.
Yes, I think that what the youth, I'm quite in favor of older people learning from younger people, and younger people learning from older people. So I would say that what the youth should or can take away from that is what you see is also important. It's not just the top people and the older people that can see. You can also see, and you can make a change in what's going on in a business. So I think, in a way, it must empower them to know that the thing is, where do we get the signs? The people that does the work, and often those are the young people. So they should be able to say, I saw this, how can we manage this?
But in a way, you then put a lot of responsibility on us as young people to
But he did. He folded the brief and put it in the drawer. There you go. Thank you.
Okay, now Miemie is going to sit down over here, and if you would like to buy one of the books and get her to sign it for you, please come straight to her. She has the means to accept your money.
Always. That's a good part. I actually don't want to do that. Where is it now?
You don't want to do that?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. No, I want to do this now. Who's going to do this for me? Will you do? Yeah. But you must show Palesa how to do it. Oh.
Oh, wait to read it. Now I have questions.
Do you? Okay. We can do a coffee now. Let me just get this thing. Okay, where's Palesa? Palesa? Oh, there you are. You put in the name, it's $250 for the book, and then it will say charge.